Hvad siger du? Ja, det bliver lagt ud på til vores internationale publikum.
It's not being broadcasted now. It's later.
Yeah.
It's just on YouTube.
So you can cut out the bad parts.
Yeah.
Which words today? 9?
Oh, one of the best ones in the whole Bible.
The 8 to 12.
8 to 12.
Mm.
8 to 12. Well, that's 5 verses.
They are together.
Ja.
The boy.
Here it's on the chapter 13, text 9.
No, 11, chapter 11.
Okay, so someone removed the mark.
Ja.
Chapter 11. 8 to 13. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Okay, it's 8 to 12. 13 is separate. We can just read the. I speak English. Is better for you.
Yeah.
So we can just repeat the first verse, and I'll read the rest. And maybe we can take word for word. Or yeah, maybe not. It's quite long. We take the first verse. We can take word for word also for the first verse. You got it? Satyam daya tapa shocham.
Satyam Daya Tapa Shocham.
Satyam daya tapa shocham.
Satyam Daya Tapa Shocham.
Titikshiksha samodamaha.
Titikshiksha Samodamaha.
Titikshiksha samodamaha.
Titikshiksha Samodamaha.
Ahimsa brahmacharyam cha.
Ahimsa Brahmacharyam cha.
Ahimsa brahmacharyam cha.
Ahimsa Brahmacharyam cha.
Chagaha svatyaya ajavam.
Chaga Svatyaya Ajavam.
Chagaha svatyaya ajavam.
Chaga Svatyaya Ajavam.
Satyam dhaya tapaha shucham.
Satyam Daya Tapa Shocham.
Titikshiksha samodamaha.
Titikshiksha Samodamaha.
Ahimsa brahmacharyam cha.
Ahimsa Brahmacharyam cha.
Chagaha svatyaya ajavam.
Chaga Svatyaya Arjavam. En lille korrektur.
Was it 3 times?
Må jeg sige en lille korrektur? H udtales ikke med aha, undtagen når det er en sætnings afslutning.
Jeg tænker lidt,
Ja.
fordi der er forskellige meninger om
Then you just start the screen.
en indisk swami is different. Anyway,
Det er den standard, vi har været.
what's his name?
Så,
Quite young swami. He says that you should pronounce also in the middle. They're just different opinions.
vi har sanskrit studerende. Vi har sanskrit folk.
Anyway, doesn't
Satyam Daya Tapa Shocham.
Satyam Daya Tapa Shocham.
Titikshiksha Samodamaha.
Titikshiksha Samodamaha.
Ahimsa Brahmacharyam cha.
Ahimsa Brahmacharyam cha.
Chaga Svatyaya Arjavam.
Chaga Svatyaya Arjavam. Satyam Daya Tapa Shocham.
Satyam Daya Tapa Shocham.
Titikshiksha Samodamaha.
Titikshiksha Samodamaha.
Ahimsa Brahmacharyam cha.
Ahimsa Brahmacharyam cha.
Yaga Svadhyaya Arjavam.
Chaga Svatyaya Arjavam.
Satyam daya tapa shaucham.
Satyam Daya Tapa Shocham.
Titikshiksha samodamaha.
Titikshiksha Samodamaha.
Ahimsa brahmacharyam cha.
Ahimsa Brahmacharyam cha.
Chaga svatyaya ajavam.
Chaga Svatyaya Arjavam.
Satyam daya tapa saucham.
Satyam Daya Tapa Shocham.
Titikshiksha samodamaha.
Titikshiksha Samodamaha.
Ahimsa brahmacharyam cha.
Ahimsa Brahmacharyam cha. Chaga Svatyaya Arjavam. Satyam Daya Tapa Shocham. Titikshiksha Samodamaha. Ahimsa Brahmacharyam cha. Chaga Svatyaya Arjavam.
Santosha samadik seva gramye nahu paramashanahi Nrinam vipayaye kiksha maunam atma vimashanam Anajade samvipago bhutebhyascha yatadhataha teshvatma devata bhuti sutaram rishu pandava Sravanam kirtanam chasya smaranam mahatam gatihe sevijya tirdasyam sakyam atma samarpanam ninamayam paro dharmaha sarvesham samudharitaha trimshar lakshanavan rajam sarvatma yena tushyati. Anyway, I skip it. It's too much. Let's go directly to the verse. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. These are the general principles to be followed by all human beings. Should I speak? Start. It's a very old microphone.
Det er for køkkenens skyld.
Okay. Can you hear me in the kitchen?
Ja. Der bliver sagt det.
These are the general principles to be followed by all human beings. Truthfulness, and they come now as follows. Truthfulness, mercy, austerity, and that means observing fasts on certain days of the month, bathing twice a day, tolerance, discrimination between right and wrong, control of the mind, control of the senses, non-violence, celibacy, charity, reading of scripture, simplicity, satisfaction, rendering service to saintly persons, gradually taking leave of unnecessary engagements, observing the futility of the unnecessary activities of human society. That's an interesting one. Remaining silent and grave and avoiding unnecessary talk, considering whether one is the body or the soul, distributing food equally to all living entities, both men and animals, seeing every soul, especially in the human form, as a part of the Supreme Lord, hearing about the activities and instructions given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the shelter of the saintly persons, chanting about these activities and instructions, always remembering these activities and instructions, trying to render service, performing worship, offering obeisances, becoming a servant, becoming a friend, and surrendering one's whole self. O King Yudhishthira, these 30 qualifications must be acquired in the human form of life. Simply by acquiring these qualifications, one can satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport. In order that human beings be distinct from the animals, the great saint Narada recommends that every human being be educated in terms of the above-mentioned 30 qualifications. Nowadays there is propaganda everywhere, all over the world, for a secular state, a state interested only in mundane activities. But if the citizens of the state are not educated in the above-mentioned good qualities, how can there be happiness? For example, if the total populace is untruthful, how can the state be happy? Therefore, without consideration of one's belonging to a sectarian religion, whether Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, or any other sect, interesting, Prabhupada uses the word sect very freely. He doesn't consider that to be, I think that was before the word sect became a bad word. Prabhupada is just using, we are the Vaishnavas, we are a Vaishnava sect sometimes, he says.
Cult. He also uses the word cult.
Cult, yeah, also. But now sect has become very negative. Everyone should be taught to become truthful. Similarly, everyone should be taught to be merciful and everyone should observe fasting on certain days of the month. Everyone should bathe twice a day, cleanse his teeth and body externally, and cleanse his mind internally by remembering the holy name of the Lord. The Lord is one, whether one is Hindu, Muslim or Christian. Therefore one should chant the holy name of the Lord, regardless of difference in linguistic pronunciation. In France they say, Hare Krishna. But Krishna here understands. Sometimes the devotees discuss that, or they say that, oh, we should pronounce it in the correct way. But here it is said that you can, even with your own accent, you can pronounce the Hare Krishna mantra. Krishna, he understands. Also, everyone should be taught to be very careful not to discharge semen unnecessarily. This is very important for all human beings. If semen is not discharged unnecessarily, one becomes extremely strong in memory, determination, activity, and the vitality of one's bodily energy. Everyone should also be taught to be simple in thought and feeling and satisfied in body and mind. I guess for the women it's the same, for the celibacy part. I don't know exactly the difference, biological difference, but I think it's the same principle that applies for the women also. Everyone should also be taught to be simple in thought and feeling and satisfied in body and mind. These are the general qualifications of a human being. There is no question of a secular state or an ecclesiastical state. We know that actually is used, I remember in the book where Ravindra Swarup wrote about Prabhupada as the founder Acharya of ISKCON. But of course here this is the negative. It means no church. I mean, we know in different Latin languages it means church. What do you call it? In French they say église, and in Spanish I guess it's iglesia. So that's what it means.
It says here in the dictionary, of or relating to the Christian church or its clergy.
Yeah. But here it is in the negative sense. It says there is no question of a secular state or an ecclesiastical state. So that's yeah. Unless one is educated in the above mentioned 30 qualities, there cannot be any peace. Ultimately, it is recommended Sravanam Kirtanam Chasya Smaranam Mahatam Katehe Sevetya Vanatir Dasyam Sakyam Atma Samarpanam. Everyone should become a devotee of the Lord, because by becoming a devotee of the Lord, one automatically acquires the other qualities. Yasyasti Bhaktir Bhagavati Kinchana Sarvai Gunas Takta Samasate Sulaha Harav Abhaktasya Kuto Mahakuna Manoradhena Sati Tavato Bahihi. In one who has unflinching devotional service to Krishna, all the good qualities of Krishna and the demigods are consistently manifest. However, he who has no devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead has no good qualifications, because he is engaged by mental concoction in material existence, which is the external feature of the Lord. Bhagavatam 5:18-12. Our Krishna consciousness movement, therefore, is all-embracing. Human civilization should take it very seriously and practice its principles for the peace of the world. Yanam Yavasavakaya Akshadam Yatanyena Tasma Shri Gurave Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prasarine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschachari Shikarine Panchakalpata Vishta Kripa Sindhuvecha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So there's so many things to discuss here. We can just touch upon it. We can have this verse, I think, 10 times. We can just take it from the beginning, at least some of the things mentioned here. True, of course, there are the 4 principles of religion, which is represented by the legs of the cow, of Bhumi, Earth personified, Mother Earth personified as the cow. And now she is standing on only one leg, which is also about to be, I don't know, removed or by Kali. And the only principle that's left now, at least it's left to some extent, is, truthfulness. And that is also going away. I remember my father was always saying to me that in Danish it's med ærlighed kommer du længst. You get far with honesty.